Before starting the video, I want you to keep an open mind. So what if you get cheated on and instead of, going about your life and breaking things off with your ex, you instead kidnapped the guy that helped your girlfriend cheat and turned them into a girl? I told you to keep an open mind, didn't I? Let's talk 654-218, called Turning the Cuckolding Prick into a Female Dog. It's from the artist Yona Yona. Again, it's a really weird sauce, but turns out to be somewhat wholesome at the end. So let's just get right into it. The judgment starts out with some guy calling out to a nerd with a girl, Hana, beside him. Because of course it starts out with the cuckold, and the guy is watching it back. Someone is calling out to Ida, and it's Hana asking what he's watching. So he tells her, and she tells him to delete it, but he lights a cig and says the poor nerd is probably cranking his hog to that video, which to him makes the cig better and makes him wonder what face he's making. Don't worry, this guy gets what's coming to him. But Ida doesn't know what kind of guy her boyfriend is, Hazama. The two have been dating for a year, but she doesn't know him that well either. The two were originally just nerd friends who met at a con, but they would get food together and hang out on their days off, and he'd never really react much to anything. Ida puts his cig out and tells her to dump him. She let him send that video because she was already planning on breaking up with him to begin with. So he says that he'll cherish her for the rest of his life, which she agrees to, as he gets this face thinking he snagged another sucker. The two split, and Ida has his inner monologue that in the end, as long as you put up a good front, everything just falls into place. No need to even work hard. And if you can sweet talk your way to a free ride, both money and women are yours for the taking. He's walking off laughing, still on this life is easy thing, when someone appears behind him with a bat. The nerd, who whacks him on the head. Ida comes to, with the nerd in front of him thinking he nearly killed him. But Ida tries telling him off, and Hazama realizes that they must be confused because their voice sounds different. So he shows a mirror, showing that he became a she. Hazama used some gender-bending drug and was quite surprised when they turned out to work. That all being said, the drug worked wonders actually, with her eyes, long lashes, and even the mole by her mouth all carrying over after she turned. But that's enough exposition, as she just asks him what he's after, because he's of course taking revenge for stealing his girlfriend, and as payback, he's gonna toy with her the same way. Based on Hana's explanation, Hazama was portrayed as a loser, but actually turned out to be pretty messed up. Because they just met and he slugged her with a bat and made her take some sketchy drugs without batting an eye. So Ida just decides to play along and do everything later. And they do it, but Hazama has a proposal for her. It cuts to Hana, stressing about an event, and she gets a text from Hazama because they also filmed a video and sent it to her where they cut ties, to say the least. But Ida asks if it's really okay for him to be saying that, since he was doing this as revenge, but now he's cutting ties with her. To him, he doesn't want a girlfriend who sleeps around so easily and never planned on getting back with her to begin with. Besides, he doesn't care anymore since there's a much cuter girl in front of him. The two go back to doing it and finish up cutting to them eating ramen, where she tells him that the way he does it is way too barbaric. He has zero delicacy because everything he learned is from ecchi manga. But she has a point, coming from a former prick, thinking she knows everything about handling a woman's body. And she offers to help him get better at it, saying that she can tell him what feels good about a woman and her body. And he says ew, which just ticks her off to end the dojin. Overall, I rate this a 7.5 out of 10. It did end up turning pretty wholesome towards the end, but the beginning can't really save the score. I did just want to talk about this one because the premise was interesting, albeit kind of funny too, but it turned out to be honestly really good, and I recommend you check it out for yourselves, and also supporting the artist in any way you can. Here's their Twitter, for example. But that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. Hasune Biku is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.